if you're going to have one after the next person, just go ahead and pass me the mic after you're done.
Coach, so what do you think of the camp out happening on the side of the stadium?
Isn't that exciting? It's, it's what we're all about. We've got great fan support. Our students are the best in the country, and it was to be expected. These big games, they show up, and we're excited about their support and expect them to be loud and rowdy and have fun at the game.
Have you ever seen buzz for a regular season basketball game like this?
The Kansas game is always a big one. A few years ago, we had got teams that came in, or that team in particular came in that our students camped out there, and that Kentucky game was a big one as well. So, yeah, it's a lot of energy in the air, and again, we're so appreciative and supportive of our great students.
Have you spoken with Chris Beard in the past 48 hours?
No, not. I actually tried to call him a couple of days ago, and we missed each other on phone calls, but I think the last time we visited was last week.
And then for some of the guys on the team that played under Coach Beard, what's practice been like for them? Have they spoken to you about what it's like?
They really haven't. They know this is a big game, but it's another, all of them are big in the Big 12, and Texas has a record just nearly identical to ours, and we're both tied for that third place spot, and so this is a big game for both teams, and our guys know that, but nothing's been said other than just how to go about and get prepared for Texas.
Coach, what will be the biggest key for your team to go out there and get a win on Tuesday night?
Well, I could probably tell you more after the game than before, but right now our game plan is to, just be us. With such little time to prepare after that Mississippi State game, we're just going to try to do the things that we do well, emphasis on blocking out. They're a very good offensive rebounding team, and they play great defense. So hopefully we can take care of the ball and get the shots that we want. And so shot selection is an emphasis, along with just playing hard and being competitive, and then bring our best defense to the game tomorrow night.
Any update on Terrence Shannon Jr. and whether we'll see him?
Yeah, he's progressing. We're excited about how his rehab's going, and he will more than likely be suited out tomorrow night. We're not sure. We'll just kind of it'll be determined at game time and see how he warms up.
Bryson Williams getting recognized by the Big 12 today. Just how big of an impact has he been on your roster the past few weeks, months?
He's been huge, not only offensively in his performance, but he's gotten better defensively. And with that, also, we talk a lot about our culture here, and he's a big part of that. He has a passion for the game, he's a great leader, always encourages his teammates, and he comes to practice every day to work. And because of that, you see him just getting better and better, and he's a great example for other guys to follow.
And then a lot of emotion and excitement going into this game for obvious reasons. How do you kind of keep your guys locked in on the task at hand?
Well, and that is a challenge. It's not just the emotion, but all the distractions. There are a lot of outside, just voices that we tell them just don't, pay attention to us and what we do, and support your team, and let's get prepared for this game, and be a good teammate, and let's share the ball. Let's be a great offensive team by getting those assists like we did the last game, and play really hard on defense. And with that said, being an emotional game, we talked to them a lot about just staying focused, being in the game. And we've had examples in the past where guys have gotten a little bit hot-headed, and because of the energy of the crowd, and have gotten it technical. And so, we just these are things in the Big 12. These games are always close, and we do things we think the right way, the winning way, and we want our guys to continue with that culture as we do our fans. We're so excited that we're going to have a packed house, and same with we encourage our fans to be loud, rowdy, have fun, but at the same time make good decisions and don't do anything that would hurt our team or throw anything, toss anything on the floor that might give us a technical and change the momentum of the game.
Hey, Coach, looking at film, does Chris run the same sort of motion offense that he did, similar to?
Yeah, it's similar. He's made some, I think, improvements. I think they're, they've got a really good team, and so he can do a lot of things with this team that maybe he didn't do with teams past. He's got some inside players that he goes to, but they've got three of the best guards in the Big 12, and they're just. Of course, Jones and Ramey back. We've seen them for the last 2 years. Are great three-point shooters. They can drive the ball, And then they've got a good point guard in Carr who facilitates is the facilitator and makes everybody better. So they're hard to guard. Those three guys are really good, and they've got Trey Mitchell, who, in my opinion, was the best player in the portal, and they were able to get him. And he's very versatile, can shoot threes, can put it on the floor, and he's either you can call him a small forward or a big guard, but he plays out on the perimeter, and he's certainly a threat. And then Allen, who's another exceptional one-on-one player, maybe the best one-on-one player in the Big 12. So we got our hands full defensively, and with little time to prepare, we're trying to keep these guys focused on these guys and their tendencies. So a lot of really good one-on-one players, and I think Texas is doing a great job accentuating what these guys do in Beard's offense.
For me, just saw on Twitter, Coach McGuire was out there. What's your relationship been with him since he's joined?
Oh, it's great. He texted me again this morning. We text quite a bit. He's very supportive, and we're all in this thing together. And yeah, I appreciate him going out and visiting with those fans that camped out the last 2 nights. And our players have gone out and visited them as well, just show our appreciation. That's an unbelievable investment and dedication these students have made, and we certainly appreciate it.
Texas has the #1 scoring defense in college basketball this season.
Don't
What kind of
remind me
stands
that, I
out?
know. Yeah, that's they are, and their defense is a little different than ours, but they emphasize defense, and they've been able to hold most of their opponents under 60 points. So one of our challenges is find ways to score on the offensive end, and then at the same time match their intensity and play our style of defense as well. It'll be a slugfest, and I think you'll see two teams playing great defense for 40 minutes.
Have you been surprised at all at maybe some of the hostility towards Chris Beard by the fan base? Or?
Oh, it's kind of a love-hate deal. A lot of emotion there, and it's to be expected. Fans like to get excited about something, and so no, I'm not at all surprised by it. And I just again want to remind the fans as much as how they feel about Coach Beard. It's a Big 12 game. It's a big game for us, and we're just confident that our fans will stay focused in on helping us win the game and be supportive in that way and make good decisions. And with that said, I'd be remiss if I didn't talk about the Red Raider Nation, our fans. We've got the best in the country. We've got a great traditions. This thing started back with Norris Ardiasi and Keenan Evans, and so we want to continue that. And West Texas has a great reputation of doing things the right way, and so we want our fans to, again, stay focused on helping us win the game and don't do anything that'd be a distraction to us. But our fans have helped us in recruiting and, again, winning a lot of games. We've got an unbelievable home court advantage in the past, and I think we've got the best in the country right now.
Mark, in terms of the identity of Texas, have you kind of seen it mirror what you kind of had or what you had with Chris, or have you kind of seen them kind of, as you said, kind of improve?
Oh, there's a lot of similarities, and we're going to mirror a lot of each other, even some of the offensive stuff that we run and some of the sets. So, and we haven't played each other. We kind of feel like we already know what the other's going to do. So, yeah, probably 80% of it is kind of mirrors each other in what we do, at least on the offensive end.
For you personally, growing up in Brownfield, what was it like when you went to Texas Tech games and they played Texas just for you?
Yeah, this has always been a big game. I mean, rivalry with Texas Tech and Texas is, what sport it's in. It's always, it's just something special, and Texas Tech fans are emotionally involved in this game, and as they are in this one, and so we all know it's a big game. Even back, when I was helping with Tubby Smith, and then of course with the Beards. And as assistant coach for him, this is always a big game and an emotional game, and a game that I think both teams take a lot of pride in.
Last one from me. In terms of Kevin O'Banner, did you kind of feel like maybe he's turned a corner, just kind of finding a spot on the floor where he's able to make some threes and just kind of see the ball go in the basket? Yeah,
every player that's when you come into a new program, you have to make adjustments, and I do think KO has done a great job of taking his talents and his abilities and using them. He's a really strong, big athlete, and he's a much better athlete than you might think. As you can see when he dunks the ball, he's very powerful, and he's using that strength and that power around the basket for offensive rebounding, and so that's another way for him to score. And he's helping us also passing the ball now and setting screens. So he's really bought into what we want to do here into our system, and I think it's making him a lot better as well. Certainly need him to continue hitting those threes.
Coach, I was looking through your Twitter last night, saw the tweet you sent out that's gained a lot of traction. I know with the students, all of my buddies have been retweeting it and everything. They loved it. And so I guess a question more for my roommates. They didn't get tickets for the game. How can they go about getting tickets? Are you going to give me Coach Beard's phone number for them to call?
That may be higher up the food chain than me or Coach Beard. These tickets are hard to get, and I think this game's been sold out for some time. But yeah, that was just a little fun. You know, Beard's always made a lot of kidded with me and made fun in his fireside chat about need tickets or hotel room. You know, go see Coach Adams. So it was a chance for me to get back at him.
Can you sense sort of a different energy around practice at the locker room, or are you guys really treating it like another game?
No, I really can't. I think they're treating it just. I mean, they're getting ready, and I was so appreciative and just the way they got ready for that Mississippi State game and not overlook them. And so we have a mature group, a lot of older guys that understand how important each game is, take them one game at a time, that old cliche. And that's what you have to do with this one. You can't get too high, too low. It's going to be a very tough physical game, and then we're going to play this the best we can, then move on and get ready for West Virginia.
And when you go up against a coach like Chris Beard, who you've been on staff with, and you're so familiar with each other's styles, do you prepare for a game like that any differently?
No, I know that staff really well, and I know how they prepare. So they'll burn the midnight oil. They'll spend tons of hours, as we do, getting ready for a game. So they'll know everything about us as we do about them, and so there won't be any surprises. And I think it's going to come down just to both teams just playing hard and teams that can make shots and you know, so we know it'll be a battle. They're playing very, very well right now. Like we've mentioned their defense. So they've got great offensive players, and we're excited to play at home in front of a home court crowd, and we expect that to be an advantage for us.
Coach was kind of touched earlier about Bryson and also about Kevin, but two back-to-back a Big 12 newcomer of the week. Just to see you as a coach see their transformation in adjusting to Big 12 play as super seniors, what does that mean to you as a coach?
Well, I mean, I'm so excited about all of our super seniors, and they're all so dedicated and devoted not just to the players and to the coaching staff, but to the game of basketball. They love playing. They respect the game. They get in every day and do a lot of work, and these guys have all come in as a little bit of a chip on their shoulder to prove themselves, and from most of them from smaller D1 programs. So they're here and they want to win, and they want to come to a program where they could show their talents on the best stage, and they're going to get that tomorrow night to be able to play on TV in front of a great crowd and a great team. So I think they're all ready for that.
All right, thank you guys.
All right, thank you all.